What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Marvelite podcast. I am your host this week, Luke, and as always, I am joined with Will.
Fuck Donald Trump.
And I'm joined with our Canadian friend, well, I might actually be moving there, Michael.
Woo, go Justin Trudeau.
You're Prime Minister.
Yeah, Justin's cool, actually.
He's really cool.
Me boy daddy.
We have Nicholas with us.
I didn't know this was going to be a political episode of Marvelite.
Yeah, oh my god, you guys. You don't even want to hear what we were talking about 5 minutes ago.
Inspired by Civil War II.
Yep, no kidding.
in more ways than one. Oh my god.
Oh my god, a little bit of an inside joke there. But anyways, guys, so we have a couple topics to discuss this evening. And some of them are pretty interesting, but I think, as always, we're going to save the most interesting one for last. So, I think, do you guys just want to shoot the shit for a little bit, or should we not?
Let's shoot all the shit, man.
Let's see how's everybody doing.
Should we not? I remember that one guy on Super Friends was like, "Cut the small talk."
Aw. That Luke guy laughs funny.
Oh, also, I'm just happy to be back,
again.
guys. It's been a little while, man. I've been away for like 2 episodes.
I know, man. Welcome back, Michael.
Oh, he said no. I'm like, oh, fuck, fine then. I'll leave.
No, dude. I hate
Just
that
hear
guy.
a stomp and a door slam. Just, fuck you guys then.
I know. But no, dude, there's been a lot of Marvel news recently, man. Especially the past, like, few days.
Yeah, there has.
Oh,
There's
my
been like
God.
all these 4chan leaks.
This has been a trash-ass week.
Dude,
Okay,
what-
Nick, I have to ask you.
Salt, man.
I have to ask you, like,
Armin says.
legitimately, how many of those 4chan leaks have ended up being true?
Percentage-wise? Like, how many?
Like in the past, like overall.
Oh.
The Doctor Strange one was fairly right, except they got the cameo wrong.
What was the cameo?
The cameo they said it
Spider-Man
might be
out.
RDJ, but it turned out to be Thor. And that was about
And didn't they say Spider-Man 2, possibly?
Yeah, Tom Holland was on set of the film, which I think that was leading everyone to speculate that, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, was going to have some kind of small role. Or cameo, but that ended up not being, correct. Unless he actually did.
In New York?
Unless he did and they cut it out.
Maybe.
Which that actually could have happened.
Hey, Dr. Steven, I want to do some research, so I came down to Bleecker Street.
What do you know about chakra?
What do you... Good, get to the Spider Supreme.
Oh my god. I don't know, dude. That would have been kind of...
There were some legit
cool.
leaks, though, on 4chan, like BVS and stuff. I remember.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, I would take it, like, somewhat seriously.
Are these like, claiming to be the same people that have leaked all of this stuff in the past, or we just don't know?
Also,
That's a good question.
Also, if you guys remember, there was a lot of legitimate leaks about the Fant Four Stick movie, too.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
That movie was also DOA.
So all that considered, what do you guys think of the news that dropped on 4chan? Which one are we going to talk about first?
I don't know. To be honest with you, there's just so much of it that I don't know if we can actually go through all of it.
Okay, what stuff stand out to you?
It's just like so freaking much. I just don't know if I can handle it, especially tonight. I'm still dealing. Okay, I'm still dealing. I'm very, very sensitive right now. So I think Will is too.
Yeah,
Will,
but mine is partially due to that and partially due to something going on in my personal life.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah.
Well,
It's one of those weeks.
Put that baggage aside and let's talk about the Marvelite, guys. Come on.
We are. Do we?
What are you talking about? I don't want to talk about the Marvelite. I want to talk about how sad I am.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Sad you are.
Yeah, don't tell me how to live my life, Michael.
You're not my dad. Welcome to the sad
Well,
boy
I'll
cast.
go talk about one thing from the 4chan shit that stood out to me. I was really interested in the whole like Infinity War. Apparently, 30 minutes, 30 pages of the script was shown,
which is basically 30 minutes of It's a
Pardon?
Wonderful Life.
Wait, what?
What?
What are you talking about?
Doesn't 30 pages of script equate to about 30 minutes of screen time?
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mostly.
Vaguely.
yeah, like roughly.
That was all
from-
I was saying.
Yeah, okay. From the 30 minutes though, it appears that like it was saying shit like how the timeline's all like looped up and nobody knows except for Robert Downey Jr. and then Doctor Strange, and then they end up like getting help. They end up helping each other or some shit and resetting the timeline.
Uh,
It would be, that sounds cool. I don't know
They
if
pulled a
Oh,
Flashpoint,
yeah.
I think.
That
yeah,
one.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so that was like a weird, like, Flashpoint kind of thing. I don't know if that's going to end up being correct or not.
It sounded like It's a Wonderful Life starring Tony Stark.
A little bit, yeah. Essentially, for those of you who either A, don't know about the 4chan leaks, or
Know
B,
about
just
the
didn't read
4chan.
them, it had to do with, like, Robert Downey Jr. kind of wakes up in an alternate reality, and he woke up to a reality where, I'm just going to, like, run this down real quick. He never invented the Iron Man. Let's see, the Tesseract was never discovered. Bucky Barnes died a war hero. Steve Rogers died a nobody. Bruce Banner never became the Hulk. Thor got locked up in an insane asylum, which I will say this much. Thor getting locked up in an insane asylum actually is an interesting thing, because that implies that the events of, like, at least like the first half of the events of Thor 1 began to happen. But because there was no SHIELD, because apparently SHIELD doesn't exist in this skewed timeline, and there's no Nick Fury, there's I don't know if Clint I don't know if Clint and Agent Romanoff exist. Did it mention them at all in the leak?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, it did.
No.
Yeah, it did. It said, I think it said that Hawkeye dealt with her a long time ago.
Dealt with her.
She
What is that? What is that supposed to mean?
clearly she's
There's a
locked
couple
in-
ways that I can interpret that. How do you want me to interpret that?
Clearly she's just locked away in a vicious sex dungeon. Oh, here it is. I found it. It said he learns Barton is an SSR agent and neutralized Romanoff in the line of duty.
Oh, wow,
Neutralized her. Wow. Okay.
Not
So-
neuralized, because we know Men in Black is canon.
So, I mean, we have all of this craziness. So, the Tesseract was never discovered. Hydra was a thing, but was defeated in World War II because it was considered a fluke, and it was kind of a joke. It never really turned out to be much of anything at all past the Nazis. And the Red Skull obviously never took control. So I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff going on. Basically, Doctor Strange... essentially, Robert... or I should say Tony Stark... eventually finds his way to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is the only other one on the planet that remembers the day before, which was another reality. So I think that them two begin to unravel this mystery of, like, okay, I think this is a skewed timeline. Oh, apparently Rhodey's a war general too, and he
Nice.
never got harmed from the events of Civil War, obviously, because it didn't happen.
He got his working legs back.
So this leads me to believe. So apparently the movie ends with Thanos coming to Earth to retrieve the rest, or I should say, at least the Tesseract. I don't know about any of the other, maybe the Eye of Agamotto as well, because it's a time stone. I would assume he has, at this point, he has the Reality Stone, because he probably found it in the other dimension from the events of what was it, the Thor: The Dark World. Excuse me. So I mean, this sounds pretty interesting. If this is true, I'm going to say this much. If half of this is true, this would explain the change between Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2 being the same movie to Avengers 3 and 4 being two completely different movies. So we have Avengers Infinity War, and then we have the fourth Avengers film. They're not Part 1 and 2 anymore. So that actually may be a reason why. Now, again, this could all just be fan fiction. We have no idea.
It could be some dude in his basement just writing off.
It could be Kamala Khan just getting to work.
But like I said, if any of this is true, this could actually be a good... You know what I mean. Like, this could be a good reasoning for why... Like, explaining why Kevin Feige said the movies are so tonally different from each other. You know what I mean? So,
And granted, it's only 30 minutes roughly of screen time, right? So there's still like another hour and a half of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So they could easily just fix all that
Yeah,
stuff, the
what
timeline stuff, and then just go with the main story of Thanos and whatnot, no?
yeah, what leaked online was pretty much like the first rough draft of the film.
Yeah. I don't think it's real.
People are, claiming online that it was just Flashpoint. I kind of agree with that. However, I'm going to say that if half of this is true, it's probably the most creative I would say, out of the Avengers films. But I don't think that this is real. However, I've definitely been wrong in the past because, I mean, you go back and look at all the Batman v Superman links on 4chan or just on other various websites.
Oh, 4chan.
And 4chan, and everyone was like... And everyone was like, oh, come on, man, this is fake. And I was like, yeah, this is fake. This is fan fiction. And like 98% of what these people said, they got right.
Yeah,
so I was like,
it was like
wow.
too good to be true, and then it turned out it was true, but just not.
It was true, yeah, because I remember everyone was saying, aha, that's terrible fan fiction. And then the movie came out, and it's like, oh, that was real. But anyways, guys, before we start talking about more sad stuff, I've been filled with enough sadness tonight. Kevin Feige recently spoke out about the new Inhumans film. And this is kind of weird. I don't have the direct quote in front of me. Does anyone have the direct quote?
I do not.
No one has.
No.
Okay, guys, I am so sorry. We are freaking unorganized.
It's one of those days.
So eventually, or essentially, Kevin Feige said the other day in an interview. I don't know if it was Collider. He might have been talking to Collider Frosty. I'm not sure, but he was talking to somebody. And they asked him about the Inhumans movie and their interest and when and if the movie's going to come out. And he basically is kind of like vaguely played it off like, oh, the Inhumans are pretty cool, I guess. It's like, what?
They're doing something on TV with them, right?
Yeah. It's like, I think they're doing something on TV with them. We don't know. Maybe someday in Phase 6 we might see
He says a movie would be cool.
Yeah, he says a movie would be cool, and it's like, wait a minute, what happened to like the past like 2 years ago when you were all like praising the Inhumans and saying, oh, it's gonna be like the best thing that comes out ever.
We're gonna have the royal family, all right? We're gonna have.
Yeah,
man, that'd be really cool if a company decided to do.
We got the
Inhumans
royal
as a movie.
family. We got the best royal family, the Inhumans. I was doing my Donald Trump hand waving. Well, no one can actually see me do it, but I was doing it. Anyways,
Yes, they can. They
Also,
can see.
that was with the Toronto Sun, by the way.
They watch our podcast, bro. What are you talking about?
Donald Trump watches this podcast.
Bro, yeah, of course he does. Of
Yeah,
course
he
does.
watches the podcast.
He watches
Oh,
it.
also something of note too, in that I think it was the same interview. Kevin Feige, when asked about like the future, like 2020, about Marvel, because obviously we aren't really aware of what's going to happen. He says, and I quote, "Where we go after the Avengers, what those 2020 films are, we're pretty sure what we're going to be doing. But if I tell you that, we're going to get into spoilers."
Yeah, he also said that they're going to announce what they are next year at some point. So I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes I want to have like this really high faith in Marvel, and I'm like, yeah, they know what they're doing. And other times, when Feige comes out and says weird stuff like this, I'm just like, are you guys sure that you know what you're doing like 3 films from now? You know? Because they have all of their 2017 films wrapped. They're done. They're a done deal. They're all in post-production now. So we just... I mean, you know what I mean? That's fine and dandy, but it's like beyond Avengers Infinity War, do you guys really know where you're going to go or where you're going to take the next big arc? Because you guys had this grand vision since Iron Man back in 2008. And you guys knew where you were wanting to take this. And it's been a little bit of a bumpy road on the way, but overall this has been extremely successful. Sometimes I got to wonder when he says stuff like this about like the Inhumans, and could this have something to do with Fox? We don't know. I don't know.
We've been seeing a recent comeback of a bunch of X-Men
of
credits.
X-Men stuff from Legends toys to merchandising, clothing, comic
Funkos.
books.
Yes,
They're
sir.
making a big comeback in the comic books, which I didn't expect. That really threw me off. Because they had spent the past couple of years, since 2014, backing Fox into a corner. Now, was that going to really affect the box office numbers or anything of the movies? No, I don't believe that. However, they were doing the only thing that they could do as well. You know, we legally don't have to produce comics or we don't have to produce merchandise of any kind. So that's what they did. They even pulled X-Men or any Fox-owned characters off of, like, their Marvel posters. Whether it be, like, the animated posters, video game posters, movie posters. Nothing from Fox-owned characters.
Not even like Wolverine or Deadpool, I think.
They replaced Galactus with the Celestials in the background of some of these big like universe posters. That's how bad it got. And now all of a sudden we are seeing this big comeback. So I'm like, and then now he says this stuff about Inhumans. Something's fishy, and I don't want to start jumping to conclusions and start getting too giddy yet. but I am
They're
pretty
making
excited.
Johnny Blaze a mutant.
What's
Oh,
an
speaking
Inhuman?
of Johnny Blaze,
Wait,
guys,
now wait.
we
let
got
me, let me hold you right there, Luke, buddy.
Okay.
Because there's something that I have to say.
What do you got to say?
What I gotta say is that you can get 10% off at lootcrate.com using our code BRIDGE10.
Yes, you can.
Loot Crate.
Loot Crate, it's good.
Yeah. Let's see. What is the theme for this month?
I'm not sure what the theme is, but I do have something to shout out to Loot Crate. Yo, you guys should do like a Ghost Rider Funko in your next box. I'm just saying.
Ooh, that'd be really cool. Which one
That
would you
would be-
pick if they?
Probably. Well, since Robbie Reyes is the one that's I would probably say Robbie Reyes.
He's
Actually,
popping.
that would be
That's
really
definitely
cool.
gonna happen.
That would be really cool if they could do the car too in the Funko. That would be really
Oh,
cool.
yeah, that'd be one of those
Big fan of the
$30
Funko
Funkos
rides.
with the
No,
little,
like the Lola one.
Yeah, like that one exactly, like the Lola. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I
so
have the Lola one, but it's kind
so
of
shout
expensive,
out to Loot Crate for being an awesome service and also giving me a Ghost Rider pop. That would be really cool. But anyways, it just turns out Ghost Rider is our next topic. So Ghost Rider might actually possibly get his own Netflix series or movie. Now I'm just going to go around the table. I'm just going to say this. I personally would like to see a series. However, I've also been pitching that Netflix do Marvel films of some kind. They don't have to be big films. They don't have to be big, blockbuster films, obviously, but they can do smaller characters. Like Moon Knight, for example, would be really cool as a movie.
Yeah.
But I personally, for Ghost Rider, I would like to see a show.
Moon Knight would be better as a series, dude.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. It would be so difficult to, like, explore him in a movie, like a 2-hour movie.
I just think it'd be a short series, like 7 or 8 episodes, rather than the regular 13.
Well, what about like what like Hulu likes to do? Because like Hulu, they're gravitating instead of doing like what Netflix does, which is usually like a 50-something minute long episode, and they usually do 8 or 13 episodes. Is usually anywhere between that. How would you guys feel about having like a 6-part mini series of Ghost Rider or Moon Knight, and they just be like an hour and a half long
Netflix.
each?
Netflix Moon Knight.
That's what I'm saying. Netflix.
Yes.
Nick,
No
that's
Hulu.
what I said.
I think,
Hulu's.
I'm saying, what if Netflix follows that formula?
Oh, they adopted something similar. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, if they adapt something similar to where they do like a 6-part miniseries, and each episode is like an hour and a half long, so it's like a movie.
No, they need
you know what?
50-minute
I'll have
episodes.
to say about that though. For Robbie Reyes specifically, depending on how they go about his character arc this season and how they end it off, I'll be more inclined to getting him on a Netflix series or a movie.
yeah.
Because if they go about everything they show, like, a complete 360 change in the character, they go throughout his whole family shit, I kind of don't think I want a Netflix show or movie. 'Cause
Okay.
I think we would have got enough. Unless he has, like, a team up with the other, Johnny Blaze or some shit, or, like, Blade and stuff.
I'm gonna put.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I
no.
would want to lead up to him hanging out or doing something with the other writers.
This is what I was gonna pitch, because I've had this idea for a minute now. What if they followed a different Ghost Rider every episode?
Oh,
So like, let's say you want to do a 6 or 8 part
Ghost
miniseries, and each episode you get a backstory, and like you follow their origin all the way up to where they are now currently as the Ghost Rider, right? And then maybe like for the final arc of that miniseries, maybe like for like the big final episode, you could do like a 2-hour special, and they all have to team up to take on a like, not if not Mephisto, maybe someone like Zarathos or
call it
What would it be called?
call it Ghost Racers. I was gonna say call it Ghost Racers. Like the book.
That's what I was either a Ghost Riders or Ghost Racers. That would be really cool.
Do you get the T-Rex Ghost Rider with the jet plane coming in? It's like, what the hell was that?
You wanted one Ghost Rider? We got 4. Bam! 2018.
Yeah. Actually,
I don't know, Nick, how do you feel, man? Do you just want a straight up series?
See, they should make a show about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
No,
I
they
would
shouldn't.
what?
That would sell well.
If they put it on Hulu, go ahead.
No, ABC Freeform.
Or that. No. Disney Channel.
Yeah, Disney
Dude,
XD,
Moon Girl
just
is
do it.
awesome, though.
Yeah, man, she gets no love. She's super
Does she have
smart.
any
Give me
powers?
my.
Yeah, she's
give me
better
my
than
Miles
Riri.
Morales Netflix.
I can't remember what her powers are off the top of my head. They're like weirdly specific, but they're related.
Is she a
to...
mutant?
No, she's an Inhuman.
Oh, okay, well, that makes sense.
No, but she's better than Riri.
Is she?
Oh god, I covered that
Yeah,
issue this week.
Moon Girl is better.
They tried to do. He did way too much. It's like, this is Riri. She lives in Chicago. The people
What
she
if
likes
Riri-
are dead. I'm like, okay, fuck.
What if Riri is just Moon Girl from the future? From an alternate timeline future.
That'd be.
Did she meet Doctor Strange there?
All right, I'd have to give it up to Bendis.
So
I wouldn't
Ghost
have
Rider,
expected
I would love to see. I would love to see Johnny Blaze show about him,
Yeah, that would be really cool, especially since we got Johnny Blaze on the episode.
starring Nicolas Cage.
Okay, since they did
Sure.
do Johnny Blaze as a cameo, do you guys actually think that they're going to show him, like, as a person? Like, do you think they're going to cast somebody?
Yeah, they
Well,
have
No,
to.
I
They're
think
gonna
they're
pull a
pull
Superman.
Supergirl.
I think they'll do it
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
end of this season, which will be like half a year away, so they can be like,
Like,
"Fuck,
look,
who do we want to do this?"
They didn't give that origin for no reason. They had to, like, introduce Johnny Blaze, like the OG Ghost Rider. Well, okay, that's unfair to actually say. I'm going to take that back, because really, if you want to get back into, like, the OG Ghost Riders,
He's the OG that people know.
You can go back to, like, the days of Noble, and then you can go back to the days of Carter Slade. So, I mean,
He's the Ghost Rider that most people know. 'Cause of the
Danny.
Giants.
he's the most beloved Ghost Rider. Danny's an interesting one because he was kind of born with the Ghost Rider curse. It was kind of like a passing of the bloodline.
Passing of the torch?
Passing of the
No.
blaze.
He kind of just inherited it as,
Because
like,
they're
a
brothers,
birthright.
you see.
Yeah. So yeah, that Danny's actually pretty rich character too. But Johnny, I feel like, would be the natural way to go. But I would eventually just love to see all of the Ghost Riders. That would be so cool for, like, a team up dude. I don't know. I just really like the Ghost Riders.
Yeah,
Ghost Riderverse?
the Ghost
Ghost Rider verse.
Ghost Rider
Yes.
miniverse.
And especially, like, it made me sad too because they wanted Nicolas Cage to come on the show.
And he turned it down. They asked.
Now
Which
here's
is
the thought.
surprising, though.
Here's a thought, though. Would that mean that the OG movies would be canon, or would it just be it would still be Nicolas Cage, but he would be playing just a different, like, an alternate version of Johnny Blaze. Ghost
Alternate
Rider.
universe Johnny, probably.
Yeah, that's what I would think. So it just so
None of
happens
those
that
movies are canon. The old ones.
I think,
No, I don't know
think
what-
he's
well,
harder to
because
make
they-
canon than Blade would be.
those have an official Marvel reality number. Those movies do, but I can't remember what Marvel universe that
Wait,
those
aren't
movies...
the Blade films canon?
Yeah. No, they're not
No.
canon. I
They're,
don't think that
they're just easier to make canon because you can cover up vampires very easily because it's like, oh,
Dude,
Shield.
what about Morbius?
Oh, so easy.
Morbius
Well,
is
he's
gonna be
kind
in
of
Spider-Man 3.
he's kind of in he's in flux with Sony and Marvel. So I
well,
don't know.
We'll get to Spidey in a second.
Yeah, no kidding. But anyways, guys, that was pretty much our Ghost Rider talk. I don't know if you guys have anything more to say about that.
Welcome to the Rider Cast. Talk about your
Yeah,
favorite
no
Ghost
kidding, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I could talk about Ghost Rider all freaking day. Anyways,
talk
guys,
X-Men.
so we have our third topic, and can you guys take a gander at what this third topic is?
It's
Spider-Man.
ooh. It's about. Go ahead.
It's about Fox.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
I wanted
Actually,
to end this
I
day
actually
off on
didn't
So,
a-
expect that one.
so guess what's about to guess what's about to happen to the X-Men?
Oh boy,
in the
everybody
Fox
sit
universe.
back. You know what time it is? Time for an
really
X-Men
high.
rant.
your
Yay!
hopes
Guys,
really high
should
and
we
you
just come up with, like, a
think it's
theme
funny.
song? God, we need sound bites
Easy
in this
Street.
podcast.
We need a soundboard, bro. Like Team.
Yeah, we need a
Four-Star has.
sound. Yeah, we need to start. We need a soundboard. So
Dude,
we
I'm
can,
gonna
we can
loop
have
that
sound bites
song
of
Easy
things.
Street on this episode.
No.
Do it.
We're on
But anyways,
Easy Street.
so I don't know if I'm going to actually rant, but I'm going to say this much: Fox.
Wait, what is the topic though?
Okay, so essentially, Fox is in trouble right now. Fox may be
That's a surprise.
maybe forced into soft rebooting the entire X-Men franchise. We don't know if Deadpool's going to be involved with this at all, and we don't know about the New Mutants movie because that might actually be their saving grace. Those two properties right there. So we have X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past, and X-Men Apocalypse. Those 3 films right there were technically the new rebooted movies. Okay. And Fassbender, McAvoy, and Lawrence's contracts are all up. They're done. And word is, now this is all coming from reliable sources, but word is, if they were to even consider coming back, they are not going to come cheap. Especially Jennifer Lawrence, because she is selfish and greedy, and she feels like she's entitled to a lot of money. I think at this point they might actually have to reboot, because they don't know where to take like the next movies. I whatever Bryan Singer said like a year ago, like, oh, I might want to actually just take them into space. Whatever, that's not going to happen, because guess what? Reports are, again, coming from a reliable source, Bryan Singer is not coming back. Ooh, big freaking surprise there. I mean, come on. Did you guys actually think that Bryan Singer was going to come back? No,
I'm glad
I
he didn't
anyways.
Actually.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not coming back.
Dude, Apocalypse flopped though.
Apocalypse did flop. Yeah, I think they made their money back, but I'm not sure by how much.
Probably not by much. They
by
probably
today's
just
standards in
did.
Hollywood, if you don't profit at least $100 million, it's a flop. It is a flop. You
Well,
can
it
make
also,
your money
it also
back.
depends how much you spend too.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we can get into the logistics of it, but I'm just saying they might actually be legitimately in trouble. Tim Miller left Deadpool. Junkie XL, the composer of the first Deadpool movie, left because of Tim Miller. Ryan Reynolds is still on board, and I think they have a new director, which is the director of the first John Wick film. Yeah. That actually might be Deadpool's saving grace right there, because I have a lot of faith in that director. That's besides the point. They have New Mutants. They're saying that New Mutants may be able to start filming by spring, so we might see cameras rolling. But
also
Gambit. I was going to get to that in a second, but I want to talk about New Mutants for just a second. We've heard no word. We've heard no word that they are even in pre-production. We know that there is some rough draft of a script that is somewhere. We don't know how finished it is. It currently doesn't have writers, as far as we know. There's been no word on that.
There's just a rumored cast. I know that.
Yeah, there's a rumored cast, but none of them have been confirmed. So I'm actually left to assume that no casting has been made. I think that what's happening is they're probably talking about it, but I don't know to what extent, and I don't even know when they're going to start filming. They were like, well, we might start filming in the spring. Cameras might start rolling. I highly doubt that. Just because, like, okay, let's say that you do have a first rough draft of an entire script done. That's going to need revised. It's going to need rewritten. Scenes are going to be needed to be shifted around and cut out. And, screenwriting takes a long time. You can't just rush this crap out.
No, man.
The only reason...
Suicide Squad...
You can't do it in 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, for better or worse, look what happened with Suicide Squad. You can't... It takes months... or even sometimes years to write a script.
Oh, wow.
It just doesn't happen in 6 weeks, because you get Suicide Squad. That's what you get when you write one.
Side note,
6 weeks.
I just took a look at it. X-Men actually did make a lot of its money back, but the reception is probably what killed it. Because its budget was 178, but its box office overall was about 545. So it made the money back, but it was just reviews were just mediocre.
Yeah.
Well, not reviews. It was a bad movie. What do you...
Yeah.
Right. Well, it was just a bad movie too.
Right.
I wanted to finish up on Gambit though. So Gambit is dead in the water. You had 2 directors leave the film now, and we don't have a third director for the film at all. I think at this point their 2 saving graces are Deadpool 2 and New Mutants. Now, what they could do with Deadpool is they could recast new characters and say, okay, guys, Deadpool is its own X-Men Fox universe. It is not the same, even though that was already said by the writers. We need that official canon, to come to fruition. So they could just recast and say, okay, this is its own thing. It's its own continuity. It's a separate continuity altogether from any other X-Men film that exists. That's why that's why other characters look so different. mean, we had Colossus. He looked. I think his design was amazing. We got an amazing voice actor. Shout out to him. He actually follows me on Twitter. Who voice acted him, but he's a really cool dude. I don't know. What do you guys think of all this?
The one good takeaway from this article, or from this news piece, is that at least Fox knows when to call it quits, unlike that other studio that rhymes with DC.
Fox does know when to call it quits. I will give him. Hey, I got to give Fox credit at least because they at least said that Fantastic Four was a mistake.
They know. Fox knows when to quit while they're
still ahead. So, yeah, here's what I could do. I could just say, just give it up, Fox, give it all back to Marvel, sell their rights, whatever. As much as I want that, I don't know if that's going to happen. I will go back and mention that I do find it odd how Kevin Feige's like, Inhumans, yeah, cool. And then the X-Men are making a big comeback. I think that is a sign of something. Something's happening. Now, whether all of this may just have to do with the new Legion show coming out, I don't know. I don't think that's what it is, though. I think it's more than just that, just from everything that we've been hearing from inside sources. But, again, we don't know. I mean, Kevin Feige up front will just straight up tell you to your face, oh, no, we're not talking to Fox. Like, he even said recently, our relationship is still the same as it's always been with Fox. Oh, so you mean it's poor relationship? Kevin Feige he's cunning and he's deceitful on purpose. Like that time that he completely played down the whole Spider-Man rumors. And then bam, not even 4 months later, we got our new Spider-Man, coming to the MCU. Mm-hmm. So, Kevin Feige just plays that stuff down. And he does it for a good reason. I like that he does that. And also, too, he kind of has to for legality reasons. He can't just come out and say, yes, this is happening, we're trying to make this happen. He doesn't want to piss anything off or rock the boat. So I definitely don't disagree with his deceitfulness when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Will, dude, what are your thoughts? What do you think that Fox should do if they want to keep the rights, but at the same time they want to continue to make movies and they want to keep getting better at making movies and not keep having these Fantastic Fours and these X-Men apocalypses and things like that? Like what vision would you give them? You know what I mean? If they wanted to not merge with the MCU, which I feel like is a mistake, but
to not merge with them? Because I was going to say they need to do like I did with my foreign friends and make a bargain with somebody. They gotta make a deal with somebody. Hell, maybe talk to Sony.
You should talk to Dormammu.
Because Sony doesn't have shit going for them right now. Warner Brothers is trying to come back with because DC isn't doing anything for them right now. They're trying to bring back Harry Potter with Fantastic Beasts in next weekend, who's going to fight Doctor Strange for a little bit. So they're trying to get their own franchise going because DC's not doing anything. Like, they need someone to give them a leg up. And if it means making a deal with Disney, bite that bullet, because you're not going to be able to get more funding despite how much money you make if your reception keeps being crappy.
Yeah.
Unless you're Transformers. I don't know how that logic works, but that's just beyond it.
I don't know. I just don't know. Michael, dude, what are your thoughts on this, man? Exactly what Will said?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. I know it's late there in the land of Canada, so.
Canada.
Can you sing the national anthem for us real quick, Michael?
Oh, Canada.
That's it.
That's the whole thing?
That's all you actually know?
That's all. I haven't sung the anthem in a minute, but that's all you need to know.
That's all that matters.
If you actually want to come over here, you'll figure out the rest. I'll teach you.
Maple syrup, right. Tim Hortons.
Fun fact, did you guys actually know that Canada has the world's largest refinery of maple syrup?
I'm not surprised.
That is a fact. And no, I'm not knocking on you, Michael. That's actually awesome because syrup is good and I like it on my waffles and my pancakes. So.
Do you like waffles? Anyways, do you want to go into that last dinger?
What was the last dinger?
The
Spider-Man?
Do we want to talk about Spider-Man, or did you want to do viewer questions Yeah, because the people
viewer questions.
I'm down for the cause.
I currently don't have any viewer questions up right now.
I haven't pulled up.
Alright, so maybe we can just
okay.
Spider-Man then?
Will, shoot.
All right.
Viewer questions.
So literally the first one I see is from Barry Munoz. Ask Marvelite, which of your co-hosts would you fuck, marry, kill? All right, who wants to go
Wow,
first?
that's great to know, man. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. It was bound to happen eventually.
This question was inevitable. However, I don't have to answer it, so I won't.
All right, Nick. What about you?
For you is I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
So am I. So
wait, what was the question, sir?
Which of your co-hosts would you fuck, marry, kill?
What's the next question?
All right, fine. There's just me and Michael. Fuck it then.
All right, go shoot.
Nah, I'm good still.
Really? I'm the only one comfortable enough to answer this.
It's not... All right, Will, say something.
All right, fuck Luke, marry Michael, and I'll leave Nick be. He doesn't deserve death.
Wait. Okay. Are we talking about just Marvelite, or are we talking about hybrid in general?
Okay, fuck.
Oh God, yeah. If you go to hybrid in general, that's a very different list. Since it says co-host, I guess it means each other.
For the love of God,
everyone's going for that.
Clearly,
poster boy of hybrid CJ.
Clearly, I want to smash Harmeen.
Wow, I'm gonna let him know that you said that.
Live on the podcast.
I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality to answer that question.
Okay,
anyways,
next question.
Yeah, next one's from Warcrook asking, what are your thoughts on the Big Hero 6 show getting back the old cast and what the animation looks like?
Waru, you my dude.
Yeah. So what y'all
think?
think?
I'm assuming that Waru's a guy. He's a guy, right?
I think so.
No, it's a girl.
Why are you assuming the gender? Wow, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry if I assumed.
My bad, Waru. You could be agender. No hatred here. We accept all.
You can identify as a pirate for all I care. I don't care.
What are your preferred pirate forms? Anyways, go ahead. You were saying about Big Hero 6?
Wait, what was the question?
The question is, what are your thoughts on the Big Hero 6 show getting back the old cast and what the animation looks like?
I mean, like, I like the first film. That would be cool to see the cast return for a sequel.
Nice.
It's not a sequel; it's a TV show, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a TV show.
Oh, Big Hero 6 is getting a TV show?
Yeah, you didn't know?
Where have I been? Wait, is it animated?
Yeah, it's going to be animated.
No, dude, it's live action. It's just them in the booth just speaking, and they have little pictures of their characters from the movie. That's it.
If that's the case, I would have to say that like having the original cast return, that would depend on one, if they want to, if the money's right, and if they have the time, because they may have moved on to bigger and better things. I don't know.
No, come on, let's be real.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it would be really cool to see that happen. Hopefully, the animation stays around the same. Where is it airing?
Beautiful in the first one.
Disney XD, I think. But dude, let's be real. They have a Wayne's brother and Genesis Rodriguez. Come on.
Let's be real. That's not gonna be good.
It may be okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, Michael.
I mean, I was a big fan of the first Hero 6.
The first
Hero 6. The knockoff version. The cheat. Oh god.
You guys didn't get it off some guy off the street?
Yeah, first Hero 6.
With the action figures.
The cheap Brazilian version. First Heroes.
From that meme.
With their big square robot friend Boymon.
Oh. I mean, so no, like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. However, I kind of wish they just made it another movie. So just so the quality would be up to par as the other one. I hope it doesn't dip, because it is a show and it might not have the same budget.
It's from Man of Action, the guys that did Ben 10 and
Ben what?
They did Ben 10 and Generator Rex.
Oh, never mind, guys. I'm on board. Fuck yeah, I love Ben 10.
Animation didn't look bad. I'm glad they got the cast back, but honestly, The only difference is instead of the Wayne brothers, they have Kari Payton as Wasabi. The cast is actually pretty good. They got Maya Rudolph, David Shaughnessy, everyone's auntie Jennifer Lewis, Diedrich Bader. It's actually not that bad. I don't know. I have hope. The cast doesn't suck. And the movie
Did you say David Hennessy?
David Shaughnessy.
Okay.
If you do want to see a music video with me in it, look up Pancakes and Hennessy.
Pancakes and Hennessy?
Pancakes and Hennessy. It's from a rapper.
That sounds delicious.
I've heard it's not that bad. It got turned into a meal on a tipsy bartender. Anyways, next question. Someone actually asked about Danny Ketch. I'll just say his name. Mega Wubba. He asked about thoughts on Danny Ketch or Ghost Rider Netflix series, which we answered. So the next one is from Waru asking, if Magneto dies in Inhumans v X-Men and never comes back in the comics, then how would you have him die?
How would I have him die?
How would you?
I would. That's an interesting question. I don't know how I would have Magneto die. Probably, if I was gonna have him die,
choking on
he would have to die.
I would want to be ironic.
He would have to die by the hands of someone that he didn't see coming. Someone that he would think in a million years would never try to kill him. Like, it would have to be
no
really
one you
personal.
expect. Yeah, fucking Alpha comes back and kills Magneto.
Or, even better yet, his most beloved child, Polaris.
Ooh, oh yeah, doesn't Polaris hate him?
Well, she didn't for a long time, but I don't know where she is currently in the comics. Yeah. I'm not actually sure, so it would just be interesting to have someone that has a long history with him kill him off. I would find that most intriguing.
I would just want it to be something like really stupidly ironic, like he's killed by a truck or something with a bunch of chemical metal ions in it. Like, yeah. He's killed by a truck filled with metals that are made out of non-magnetic materials. He tried to stop, he's like, oh fuck, and just...
Are you talking about how he died in Days of Future Past? Is like the one thing that he has complete control over, he just doesn't for some reason in Days of Future Past. He's like, oh, I am the master of metal, of all things magnetic, and yet somehow, oh, I missed that one little shard of metal. It pierced me. I'm dead.
Yeah.
That actually really upset me that was even a thing.
Nick, what about you?
It's like the same thing. It's like that. Oh, hold on. It's like the same thing with Quicksilver and it's the same thing with Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. That is the most dumbest thing I have ever seen from a film ever. I'm Quicksilver. I can run faster than a speeding bullet. Gets hit by bullets and dies.
It was like when Goku got killed by that laser in Resurrection F. I'm like, this man has survived planetary explosions and got killed by a laser beam. Get the fuck out of here! Just pew! Oh, I'm dead. Really, bitch?
It's like,
really?
Well, it's like the same thing with Superman. Superman almost died from the very thing that gives him life, which is our yellow. Well, our sun's actually not yellow; it's white, but it's yellow in DC Comics. The yellow sun of Earth that gives him his power is the thing that almost kills him. Oops.
Nick.
Oh, also, speaking of which, this reminded me. Remember when Superman jumped into the pool with kryptonite to get the kryptonite, which he knows he can't get? Yeah, that happened.
That was funny.
And then he killed Doomsday with it.
And then he died. Nick, how would you kill Magneto?
What's the next question?
Put him in a shitty movie. That's how you kill Magneto. That's how you kill him.
I would have Magneto choke on his metal grills.
Let's see. There are two quick questions. Let's see if we can do these real fast. One's from Andre saying, if any supporting character dies in Defenders, which one would you kill? Claire, Malcolm, followed by Karen. Okay, so Claire's off that list immediately. She's just no. I'll spin the board and say Karen, because she has a shitty life in the comics, so it kind of makes sense.
She has a really okay, so for anyone who's a fan of Daredevil...
She became a drug addict, got AIDS, and died after becoming a prostitute.
She became... Yeah, not only did she do all of those things, she gave Kingpin the name of Daredevil, Matt Murdock, in a letter... in a letter, told Kingpin who Daredevil was so she could get a fix.
Yep.
That's how low of a character she
stay off
actually
the
is in the comics.
stay off the smack kids. Yeah,
she's like this sweet innocent girl with a little bit of a dark past in the Netflix show, but in the comics, she's a dirtbag.
You got to make her Felicity levels of unredeemable. For
Karen Page in the comics almost is irredeemable, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Would you? So you'd kill off Karen too? What about you two? Who'd you kill off? Who's Malcolm again? Was he the black dude that was on?
Yeah, he was a black dude.
Black dude on crack dude.
Jones, like the junkie.
That just made me feel sad if they kill. It's like, how are the Defenders formed? Some poor black crack addict died. It's like, oh, that's
nah, dude. I already know who. I got confirmation from some sources, from some places. I know who it is.
Oh.
Okay, guys, believe it or not, I got some Marvel snipers on me, but
them Disney snipers.
Turk is gonna die in United Defenders. Farewell 34.
I would laugh my fucking ass off.
All right, guys. So I think this is enough viewer questions for this episode since we are out of time.
The last one was actually about Johnny Blaze, so we are done.
All right, guys. Well, anyways, thanks for hanging out with us. This has been the Marvelite podcast. What episode is this?
55?
55. This is episode 55, and I am your host, Luke, signing off for Will, Michael, and Nicholas. We will catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Kill me now.